Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I'm just going to gibber on a little bit while we wait for to make sure it's loading and I'm sounding good. That's fine. Okay, right. Welcome to this evening's Hangout. It is a little bit earlier than normal. Normally we do them at 7 o'clock London time on a Wednesday, and we talk about marketing topics. Oops, I disconnected myself a bit early there, which I've got on the board. However, obviously tonight is if you are English or British, maybe. If you're certainly English, then obviously today is a very special evening, because today is the first time since 1990 the England football team have been in a semi-final of the World Cup. So these things don't happen very often. So clearly a lot of you are going to be watching it if you're based in England, and obviously I'm going to be watching it as well. So that's why we're going to be doing it a little bit earlier, and come hell or high water, we will be finishing on time. So we've got quite a bit to go through, as we generally do on a Wednesday. And today's subject really is all about YouTube, and really how to get yourself set up to get your first 100 subscribers. And that's important as far as YouTube is concerned, because 100 is a key trigger for them. Okay, so before we begin, hello, my name is Darren, and we're part of Zukul, and this is a sort of series of marketing tutorials, if you like, or hints, tips and hacks on marketing based around Zukul, but clearly everything that we talk about you could easily adapt for any business, and that could be offline as well as online. So if you've got any questions, pop them in the chat and I will get to them if we get a chance. Again, as normal, if I don't get a chance or it's a question that I can't easily answer while we're live, then obviously I will get back to you individually. But if you could put those questions in capitals, that would be really appreciated. So I'll just have a quick drink and then we'll start in the back. So I'll disconnect myself and we'll start with the flip chart, and I'll go through today. Okay, we'll get posh one day and obviously have what we call them, a boom mic, or so we call them. So hopefully you can see that, and you can see a little bit of me. I need to probably make this a little bit shorter, but we'll see how we get on. Right, so this is basically just a reminder of what we've been going through. We've talked about creating a funnel, we've talked about the emails, we've talked about the benefits of having a blog, and I'll touch on that obviously in a few weeks as well. We've talked about some of the tools that are available within the marketing suite. Just bear with me a moment. There we go. So we've talked about some of the tools which are in the marketing suite, which will help you do all of this. But everything that we talk about is effectively available for you in the marketing suite. You don't need to go out and do anything different or buy anything different. And a lot of the traffic methods that I'm showing you are free or at very, very, very minimal costs. Now, we've done a series of videos on Facebook, and what I wanted to do is, because one of the things that we talked about on Facebook last was about videos, and it struck me that actually we haven't covered YouTube here, and actually nobody really covers YouTube, and I thought it'd be very important that we actually moved on to YouTube to make sure that you can set up your YouTube channel correctly, but also when you upload videos, it's really important that you follow a couple of key steps that, again, you know, really nobody talks about, but they are vital if you want to actually start to drive automatic traffic to any offers that you might have. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So welcome to YouTube 101, and I very much hope you appreciate my effort to draw the YouTube logo there. So YouTube 101, what are we going to go through? Well, as we did with Facebook, I just want to make sure that everybody is on the same page effectively. So we're going to go right back to basics, And even if you have got an established YouTube channel, I would challenge you to make sure that you've got all of these things in place. Okay. Even when I was going through this a couple of weeks ago, there was a couple of things that, to be honest, I had lapsed on, and I needed to get back and get those back on track. So we're going to go through the basics. How does YouTube actually work? Now, you may think you know how it works, but we're going to cover that anyway. But also, once you understand how it works, it's vital that you understand how you can use that or work within the system, don't break any terms and conditions, and how you can then make that work for you, how you'll benefit your business from YouTube. We're then going to talk about your channel. Okay, this is basically a bit like your blog or your Facebook page, whatever you want to do. This is basically your hub. Not a lot of people visit your channel, but the way that you set your channel up is important as far as YouTube is concerned. So we're going to touch on a vanity URL, which some of you may know about, some of you don't. But again, some very, very, very important information I'm going to share with you on that. We're going to talk about channel header. Okay, it's possibly the trickiest header that you're ever going to come across. Okay, it's taken me a long, long time to get my head around it. Still not happy with the result. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing during the course of this week to remedy that. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of live training on that. The channel subscriber button. Now, depending on when you're watching this, let me just see if it is on the screen. Yeah, so, okay. The channel subscriber button. You may notice that just about here, there's a little red button which says subscribe. Okay, you can put that on yours, on your videos, and not necessarily on your videos, but videos that you put on your channel. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Because again, if you're wanting to build up your subscriber list on YouTube, then obviously it'd be useful to have a button like that and encourage people to press that button. So if you haven't pressed that button yet, then press that button. And then we're going to talk briefly about video versus playlists. Now, again, I won't go into a great deal of that now. We'll cover that when we get to it. But again, there's two schools of thought, and obviously I'll give you my school of thought when we get to it. And then again, if you don't ask, you don't get. Okay, so subscribe, then there's like or thumbs up. So if you're, we've got 12 people watching and only 7 thumbs up. So if the other 3-4 people could thumbs up, very much appreciated. And then obviously we've got the share button. So whenever you're doing a video, it's trying to remember, okay, that you ask people to like, subscribe, and share your video. And do that at the beginning of the video, and obviously you can do that at the end of the video. And there's a bit of a script that you can go through. And again, we'll perhaps go through that next week when we talk about, effective ways of making, very, very simple videos, either with you on them or without you on them. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do all that. Okay, so that's YouTube 101. We're then going to move on to YouTube 102. See what I did there? And basically, we're going to talk about video uploading. Now, before you go, everybody knows how to upload a video. Yes, you do. But are you doing it correctly? Is it a keyword-rich title? And I don't mean the title that's on the page. I mean the title of the video that you're uploading. Is it a keyword-rich video file? And obviously, how do you write a file so that Google and obviously YouTube will recognize it? I'm going to show you how to do that. Your description, that's actually what is in the title and the description of your actual videos. Is it keyword rich? Again, I'm going to show you the structure of that. Thumbnails. Anybody know what a thumbnail is? It's not that, obviously. If you have a look below the chat, you'll notice that there are a series of videos. So and obviously each person will have a different set of videos depending on what it is that they're searching for regularly on YouTube. But within there, you'll notice that a lot of videos have got like an image on there, an image with a bit of text. And you may also have one of our series that we're doing. So if you scroll down there, you might actually see, how to make money from Zukul, part 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5, and you might see those down there. So if you could just let me know in the text, then that would be great. But again, it's just understanding that the thumbnail is the image that you see, and very often people just leave it blank. They don't think it's important. However, it is. I'm going to show you why it's important and also how you can make them really, really quickly in a very professional way. And also, if you want to do it, you could obviously make some money out of doing that as well. So I'll show you that. Then we're going to do some tag sorcery. Now, I'm a bit annoyed with myself, if I'm honest, because actually I was going to do social signal sorcery because it sounded better, and I was going to do tagtastic or something, but obviously I was a little bit distracted. So we're going to talk about tags, and I'm going to give you a little tip with what to do with tags, which helps your other videos whenever somebody's watching one of your videos. So we'll do that. And then video ranking. Okay, so we've loaded our video up. We've got the best description that we can. What do we then need to do? Because at that point, some people just get up and walk away from the computer. That is the easy bit, okay? This is the bit that will actually get your video viewed and seen. So there's a little bit of work that you need to do. And again, I can show you how you can do that for free. And I can also show you some really easy, cheap ways of having other people do that for you, okay? And that is really important. And when we do YouTube 103, which is currently a blank piece of paper at the moment because it depends on what we cover in the next 45 minutes or so, is we're going to talk about, like I say, how to create videos either with you on the screen, how to create videos with you off the screen, and obviously how to create just general videos without you talking or anything like that. So we're going to cover that as well, because there really is no excuse for you to be able to build up a YouTube channel. Clearly, it's better if you're doing either voiceovers or if you're doing presentations like this. But clearly, if you're doing voiceovers, and I know a lot of you guys are doing voiceover videos for your bots and your results and things like that, then those are really, really powerful. Okay, so that's what we're going to go through. So I'm going to just very quickly disconnect myself again and then climb back on to the computer. Just bear with me a moment. Okay, so are we back? Hopefully you can hear me and I haven't disconnected you in any way. Do we have any questions at the moment? Nope, we've got nothing at the moment, so that's good. Right, just get the Hangout back up. Okay, right. So what are the first things we're going to talk about? The basics of YouTube, how it works, and obviously how you can benefit from it. Now, as with all of these topics, is that I could really spend an hour on each of them, but I just really want to make sure that you are getting full value for what we're talking about. So let me just go to share screen. Now, again, I apologise in advance if for some reason it's lagging. It's because basically my internet can't cope at this time of the evening, and everybody comes home from work and obviously logs on, and then obviously I then try to do some stuff on the computer. So just bear with me a moment. So let's just go to so how to make money from home. There we go. Now, this is a really competitive search term, so I absolutely do not expect you guys to be trying to rank anything in really competitive search result, really competitive key terms. So this here, this key phrase, you can see there are just shy of 36 million results on YouTube for this. And if we scroll down, obviously we've got this one here that's mine at the moment, which is live, which you probably expect to see on there. Let's just see if we've got Anything else on here? There we go. So there's one of mine. Okay, you can see that's me because there's a mouse over. I'm getting up out of the chair. Now you can see that there is a thumbnail. Okay, that again, another thumbnail. These thumbnails really do jump out, and you'll notice that effectively all of the videos that are at the top of the search rankings have those thumbnails on. Okay, and you may not have realized that, okay, but hopefully you are starting to realize it. Now this is something that I realized quite early on, and I did a series of videos a couple of years ago where I talked about having a logo so that when people are watching your video, so if I come back up to this one here, so if I click on this one and open it up, I'll play. When obviously the video is on, if they scroll down, in theory, they should then spot your logo, you know, your other videos. And obviously it won't do that on this for some reason. It's not doing it here. It's brilliant, isn't it? The internet, children and animals, you should never work with them when you're live. Okay, that's not there. Anyway, in an ideal world, what would happen would be that you would have more of your videos on here. Okay, that would be part of the search terms that you've got on here. So if I've got how to groom my dog at home. Okay, so how to groom my dog at home, and I'll pick this person here. I don't know who it is, but we'll pick this person here. Right, so as you can see, we've got our key phrase here. Ignore the information that's below it. This is a Chrome plugin that I have that shows me competition words and things like that. But again, so this person here are obviously in a niche that I'm not familiar with, other than the fact I've got a dog that has to be groomed. But you can see that at the top of here, we've got just regular shots from the video. Whereas if we go down here further, you've then got thumbnails and pictures of the actual dogs. Again, a few more thumbnails. So it's the thumbnails which are going to jump out and make, you know, which will stand out different from the rest of the videos. So it's really important that you get thumbnails onto your videos. The other part that you need to understand is this video here has got a lot of views. So why has this one got lots of views? Well, let's just click on show more. Look at that. Okay, so not only is it getting lots of views, it's actually been really well leveraged, if you like. So this description has got lots and lots of links. So there's links coming from what we've got here: Twitch, blog, Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook. Also got a little bit of information about them. Now, this isn't the reason necessarily that it's got lots of views, but what it is this is possibly one of the reasons that YouTube are ranking it higher up the pecking order. Okay, so it's got a lot of detail in there. And if you click on the description of the video that we've got at the moment, so if I just come back here, and if I click on this here, again, you can see what I've done is a little bit of something. We'll talk about this probably next week, which is called siloing. And this is a little bit of SEO or search engine optimization that I'm going to go through with you and how we can link it up. But basically, I've created lots of little links within my videos, within the playlists. And so all my videos are all interlinked with each other. And this is exactly what Faris Jacqueline has done. She's created lots of little links here that go to her Facebook, and undoubtedly there are links from her Facebook that are coming back to this video. So it creates like a closed loop, if you like, with lots of little links coming through to each other. So that's basically how YouTube works. It's exactly the same as Google. It has a search term. It gives you lots of options. Obviously, it's part of LinkedIn would Google. So you've got type in a word, it'll give you options based on what it thinks you're going to be searching for, and then obviously, within that, you can then choose the one you want. So, to fix a dripping tap. Okay, this is how I use fix a leaky tap. So this is how I use YouTube, for things like where I need to see somebody do something. I can't necessarily read about how to do something. Okay, so again, you can see that there are ones with thumbnails on and ones which are just about taps. Okay, so what I urge you to do is just think about what it is that you're calling your video when you actually write your title, and obviously what you put into the description. And like I said, we'll go through that in a bit more detail. But in order to understand how Facebook actually works, once you've got that, you can then start to leverage it for the way that you want them to work for you. Okay, right. So let me just stop sharing for a second. So that's how, very briefly, how YouTube works. And then, like I say, once you understand that, everything that I'm going to go through with you now is working within YouTube's terms and conditions. And it's about understanding how their algorithms work and how you can leverage that to send people, or basically requesting YouTube to send people to your video, and then obviously in turn send them onto your capture pages, your offers, whatever it might be. Okay, so your channel. Right, let's just quickly go through your channel. Now again, if there are things on here that you don't understand, and you're not sure of anything that I'm going to go through, guess what? Just put it into YouTube search channel, and they will show you how to do it. Okay, and they'll be able to show you in a nice, easy, leisurely way, as opposed to me, very, very quickly rushing through. Okay, so let me do another share screen. Okay, so let me go to my channel. Now I have a lot of channels. I obviously have this channel, but I have, for every Google email that you can have a main channel. And then also within your main channel, guess what? You can then have lots of other channels within that. So I'm not going to go through that in any great detail tonight, but again, it's just something that you need to be aware of, really. Now, this is basically the back end of, of my channel. So as you can see, I've got 1,900 subscribers. So you could argue that I know what I'm talking about. And I built that largely starting off with this little series of videos that I've put out to one side. And these videos I made 5 years ago. Okay, and basically everything that I went through in this video, this series of videos, is still relevant today. I've even got this this logo. I talk about how to create the logo, why to use the logo. Everything in there is still relevant today. Okay, I've just brought that up to just sort of, show you that there are things that still obviously are new, and I'm going to go through those with you now. But you also need to understand that there are things which are forever going to work. And like I say, there's a series of videos there which will show you everything in a lot more detail from what I can do in this single hour. Okay, vanity URL. So if I go to home, where does that take me? No, I need to obviously get to, just bear with me a moment, because I don't normally look at it from a subscriber's point of view, my channel. There we go, right. Okay, now you can see here at the top, this is the URL, I'm sure what a URL is. You can see that mine says youtube.com user darrenbarton.com. So that URL there, that's what's called a vanity URL. Now I cannot show you how to set that up simply because you only get one chance to set a vanity URL up. And obviously I set this up, back in the day. However, in order to set it up, you would click on your face, your icon, whatever it is, linking to your Google account, and then within that, you can go into, I think it's settings, and then in settings there'll be the option for you to then change from a gobbledygook, which may look like that, into whatever it is you want it to look like. And so long as there isn't another channel that has that same vanity URL, then you should be good to go. But word of caution, the word of caution being that, where did we go then? Sorry about this. I'm just click happy at the moment. It's not working. Okay, right, we'll stay where we are then. The reason that I'm saying that you need to be careful is simply because you only get one chance. So if you mispronounce it, misspell it, or change your name, then unfortunately you're stuck with it. So just make sure that the vanity URL that you want to use is the one that you want to use. Okay. If I go back to Creator Studio, I'll go to View Channel. Now, again, just try and give you some, some sort of feel for, what this channel does. And like I said, I've got a few channels. So as you can see, it's got 1,900 subscribers. This is obviously quite a lot of views. Obviously, of subscribers just this week, bearing in mind that it's only Wednesday. I've had 33 new subscribers this week, which is pretty good. Looks like I might have lost a subscriber here, maybe. I don't know. But again, there's lots of analytics that you can go into if you want to. I have all my comments that are checked, okay? So I make sure that I go through all my comments, probably every couple of days. I'll come through my comments, and there's one here that's held for review before it gets published. Thank you very much. And if I like the comment, it gets ticked. If it's not, then obviously I can then bin it. But what that stops is having spam sent over to my into my comments. And you get a lot of people trying to piggyback on your own success by dropping their links in. Now, I'm different, obviously, the fact that if you are a member of Zukul, or if you want to promote Zukul in any way, then you can do exactly what Carolyn's done here. Just leave a comment and just put your link in here. If you're just going to drop your link in, then I'll just bin it because that's meaningless. Just put some comments. It doesn't need to be a positive comment about me or anything like that. It can be just about you and obviously the reason why somebody might want to click your link. So if you want to do that at any point in the videos or go back through all the videos, really isn't a problem. And like I say, I'll come back and I'll confirm all of those. So let's just see if this is opened up yet. Okay. Now this is the header, okay, that I'm talking about. So this is the it's called a channel YouTube banner. Now the sizes are really different because you have a TV size, a desktop size, and a mobile and a tablet size. Trying to get the right size has been a royal pain in the bottom. Okay, so what I'm going to do as of this week is I'm going over to my old friend Fiverr, and go into Fiverr, go to YouTube banner, just type it in, and you'll get people who will be able to create you really good banners. Now, I'm not necessarily wanting to spend £7.92, but I am quite willing to spend £3, £4 to get a decent banner. Now, what do I do is, well, I look for the number of reviews. So this person's done nearly 500 reviews. It's got a 4.9. So that looks like it's somebody that I could do some work with, who could be able to give me a decent banner. So what I'll do is I'll contact them. I'll send them the specifics of what I want on the banner, and what they'll do is they'll be able to create me a great banner which then links out, and I'll be able to then have a row of my social media content and my website along here, and they'll be able to link that all up. Other than me spending a couple of days and wasting my time and energy trying to create a header, that is always going to be your best and most effective use of your time. And for the sake of £4, well, actually £4.50 because of fees, you know, it's just worth it, and it just gives your account an awful lot more of a professional look. And if I just show you somebody that does something really good, I might have shown you this guy before in another Hangout. This guy here, that is a great banner. Okay, he's even got this that points down to his website here. So that's basically what I want to do. I want to have that replicated onto my YouTube channel. So, so like I say, I'll go to Fiverr. I'll give them the link to this, and I'll ask them to create something that looks like that. And it cost me about £4, and job's done. Now, the other thing that we talked about, so we've got the channel header, we've got the what else? The vanity URL. Now, the other one that I want to show you was the subscribe button. So, if you remember, come out of here, go to. Remember, we've got this little subscribe button. So, if you mouse over it, we get a little bit of information, and obviously people can click it. No questions still. Brilliant. Okay. So, how do we get that onto our screen? It's really straightforward. Go over to your Creator Studio. I'm going to right-click and open it because obviously I don't want to lose everybody on the Hangout. So while that loads up, just have a quick drink. Then on the left-hand side here, you've got Channel. So just click on that drop-down box, and hopefully when it drops down, there we go. You've then got a choice here for branding. So you click on branding, and there we go. So you can see here that this is the branding, if you like, that I've got in place at the moment. Now, the easiest thing to do is effectively go to YouTube, go to Google, and search subscriber PNG. Now, I'm not going to do that because I'm conscious of the time. But if you go to subscriber PNG, and you'll get a choice of all sorts of different subscribe buttons, unless you want to obviously create one yourself. This one would be better if that arrow was pointing down, I guess. So I'm going to change this and show you how to do it. So I'm going to first of all, I'm going to remove the current one. So I'll click the remove button. And then now, so when you come here for the first time, this is what you'll see. So we want to add what they're calling a watermark. So we'll click on that. Then we'll choose a file. So I'm going to choose a file that I've already got. And we're going to grab this one here. So this is a subscribe button that I got just grabbed from Google. Click save. And I mean, it says here that to try and get it so it's transparent on the button itself. It doesn't really matter, if I'm honest, because you can see here that this one's transparent. But even if it was white, it would just make sure that the button looks really clear. But either way, that's what the button is going to look like. So we'll click save, and it will now load that button up. And it shows you what the button looks like, and it then gives you a choice of when you want that button to appear. Do you want it to appear after 5 seconds of the video? Well, I want mine to appear the entire of the video, but obviously the choice is up to you. And then click update, and then once that's done, obviously it won't appear here unless you refresh the screen, but I'm not going to risk doing that in case obviously I lose you guys. But again, that button should now look something like that. So instead of that, it will look like that. So that's how you can change the branding. And now, don't expect it to happen overnight. It can take 2 or 3 days for YouTube just to check it out, or for their bot to check it out. I'm assuming because they want to make sure that there's nothing that obviously impinges on any of their T's and C's. So don't expect it to happen very quickly. Okay, so all that's in place. Now the next one is we're going to very quickly talk about videos versus playlists. Now we've come into my back office. You can see I've got 256 videos. Okay, that's an awful lot of videos. And this is just simply a list of all my videos. Again, you can see that these videos have all got thumbnails on. These videos here are private videos. They're not set public. You can see here, obviously no views on those because they're not set for public consumption. They're sort of training videos, bug videos, things like that. Now what I do is I set my videos always into playlists. So let's go back to creating. Well, actually, no, I can do it from here. Sorry, I do apologise. I'll do all videos. And then we've got playlists here, so I'll click on playlists. Now, of all those 200 and odd videos, I've only got 11 playlists. And again, this is the one that we're in here at the moment. So this is the Make Money playlist. Okay, so you can see, obviously, we've got 8 videos in there at the moment in the series. We've got Zukul top of the page videos. We've got all sorts of playlists. Now, playlists are vital, really important, and I'm going to cover this next week when we talk about siloing. But effectively, as I've already sort of hinted at with the descriptions, if I click on the actual playlist, you'll get a feel for what I'm talking about. Now, effectively, what happens is that we've got this video here, which links back to the next video, which links to the next video, to the next video, to the next video, to the next video, and they're all interlinked. So basically, it's creating what we call a very simple but very powerful silo. Now, once you've created a video, if you then start to send traffic to your videos, there is a specific video that you need to send that traffic to. And again, I won't muddy the waters too much today, but we'll cover that in some detail next week. But it's basically a really effective and cost-effective way of doing it, either if you're doing it the free way, time-wise, just promoting one video and you'll get all the other videos are automatically promoted, or if you want to pay to get your video promoted, then again, if you just promote that one video, and the power of the video juice, if you like, will then filter through all the other videos. So I'm a really strong believer in playlists. So if you have got a series of videos, it really doesn't matter whether whether it's, I think I've got playlists for my what's it called, my demonstration, my live demonstrations of the bot, for example. Those are all single videos, but I've also put them into a playlist. And you could also put those videos into a Zukul playlist. So it could be a bot demo playlist, you could have a Zukul playlist, you could have the single videos, you could have a trading playlist, you could have a crypto playlist with all the same videos in there. Okay, it's just the way that you structure those playlists. And like I say, I'll go through that in a bit more detail next week. Okay, so let me just stop sharing for a moment. So just bring you back to base. So hopefully we've now got a flavour of what YouTube is and what it can do. You've got Google as your top search engine. You've then got YouTube as the second search engine in the world. And then below that, you've then got sort of your Chinese, I think, Badia, whatever it's called anyway. That's the next biggest search engine, but obviously that doesn't relate to us. You've then got Facebook search engines. And you've then also now started to get the other social media have all got search engines as well. Those search engines are all starting to rise in the rankings. So it's really important that you realise that it's not only good to have a website that is searchable on Google, but also on Bing, also on Yahoo, and also on all of the other social media platforms. So that's really the message I want to get through. Now, once they have once you've got your channel set up, you've noticed that I've got images on there, I've got thumbnails on there, and I've got videos on there. So it's not a case of you just uploading them and hoping for the best. There is a specific way of you doing that in order to make that much more effective for you. Because believe you me, 99.999% of people won't be doing this, which means that you're always going to be one step ahead of those, hopefully those 35 million other options of looking for work from home. I'm not suggesting you go for work from home, but it just gives you that little bit of an edge on top of everybody else. And then if you do all the other bits that I'm talking about, again, that will also give you even more of an edge. It's all about small micro percentages which give you the bigger percentage, that bigger win rate, if you like. So I'm just going to flip chart paper just so I can keep on track. I'll just disconnect me a moment. Okay, so hopefully you can see that, but if not, it's so important that I see it so I can keep myself on track. So, video upload essentials, keyword-rich title, keyword-rich description, thumbnail, tags. Right, I'm going to go through all of those, and if we do get a chance, we'll go through video ranking, okay? But chances are that we may need to cut off at that point. However, you will have enough homework at that stage, I would imagine. Okay, so let's get to work. I can get my screen share up and running again. Okay, so let's start from the basics of our. What we're going to do is we're going to upload a video. Now, I have already prepared a demonstration video here. Okay, so what most people do is they'll come to the little upload icon here, grab that, click on that, and then simply drag their video over and then start to upload it. Okay, that's not what we're going to be doing from today. All right, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it properly. So we're going to cancel this. You know what? I've never cancelled anything in my life with uploading. So cancel upload. There we go. Cancel upload. Cancel upload was cancelled. Brilliant. What we're going to do first, right? This video here is all about how to make money. So what do? You need to change the title of this video. So rename the video. The video needs to be how dash to make. See why I can't multitask. How to make money from home. Now it's not essential that it's in capitals or lower capitals. I've just done that to make it easier for it to read. So that is now the title of this video. Now it could be that I've got a series of videos about how to make money. Well, guess what? Do you remember a couple of weeks ago when we did a very quick keyword search? Now we'll do keyword training, keyword research training at a later stage, but we have already done some keyword training, and we collected some crypto trading words and home business words from Instagram, if you remember, and these are all sort of hashtag valuable words around crypto trading, crypto trader. I've just added home business on here, but I could do exactly the same thing with a series of make money online or how to make money from home, and these could be exactly the same. So I might have 16 videos. Well, guess what? The first video is going to be called home business. The next video is going to be called home business owner. The next video is going to be called home business opportunity. Now, it's irrelevant what the video is called, so long as it is keyword rich. Okay, and that's one thing. The other thing is you've got a thumbnail. Well, that doesn't mean anything to Google. Okay, The reason that we're putting this keyword rich title in here means that Google will actually search that. It's part of helping Google identify what will be a useful bit of information when there's been a request for how to make money from home. But if someone's requesting how to make money from home, Google's going to go looking across the websites, and it's going to think, right, I've got a video that's actually about how to make money from home, and I've got an image that is also about how to make money from home. So it's important that you change the name of your image as well. So how to make money from home. Okay. So we've now got our video and we've now got our image. So now we can now upload. So let's go to our upload. We can now upload our video. Now don't worry, it's only a really short video. And you can see automatically it's populated the title of that video. Now you may want to change it slightly, so maybe how to make money from home with a crypto trading bot. Okay, it's irrelevant so long as your main keyword phrase is in that title. Okay. The description, again, we're going to go through that in a lot more detail next week, but the description needs to be a repeat of the title. So a repeat of the title. You can then put your link. Okay, you can put a linky link there, and then you then have the opportunity to basically write War and Peace in this section here. Now, I'm not suggesting that you do write War and Peace in here, but you can write a certain amount of money, a certain amount of content, and just paste it in here, and obviously have some critical or vital links in there strategically. What I don't advise you to do is go to your keyword list and just simply copy all those and paste them in there, because that is spam. Okay, and Google will absolutely see that as spam, and will just, it won't de-rank it, but it won't give it the linking juice that your video and your carefully crafted description deserves. So I really don't suggest that you do that. Used to be able to do that 5 years ago, now not. Okay, the world's changed in that relation. So you need to have a good description. I would say around about 500 words is a really good thing to go for. 250, 300 is your absolute minimum. But obviously, like I say, the more, the better. And you can put how to make money from home. So you could put, that's the title of the video. And then in the description, you could say things like, in this short video, I'm going to show you how you can make money from home using X. And you could then, towards the bottom of the description, you could also put in that phrase, how to make money from home. Again, you could put another little paragraph of forcing that key phrase in there. So you could have it in 2 to 3 times in your description, but please don't go crazy with it. Now we've just shown you the tags. That's where these go. So the your YouTube tags, your keywords, the words that you want this video to rank for, are going to go in here. Now the sharp-eyed amongst you will notice that this one has got gobbledygook. Okay? Why have I done that? That gobbledygook is just, it's in all or most of my linked videos. What that does is that it's a subtle way, and I don't know whether it works or it doesn't work, but it appears to work, okay? Nobody will be able to tell you whether it does or it doesn't, in all honesty, because nobody works for YouTube. However, it appears to work that, and I noticed this because I used to always put darrenbarton.com in the tags. And whenever videos were searched of mine, I would also have other videos would appear in the search engine. And so therefore I decided to then try a code. And it's just some gobbledygook, but I put consistent gobbledygook in my tags. And what it does, I think, is that it looks at all the tags. So if somebody's watching this video, it looks at the tags and then brings out other videos with similar tags. And if this tag here is so unique, there's only maybe 17, 18 other videos with this on, then it might be that this person is searching for this, because Google doesn't know that recognize this as well being a word or not, and it then seems to pull my videos into that, into this channel here. Okay, so you can see I've got a video here, I've got another video here, got another video here. So it seems to pull. I've got another video there as well. So it seems to pull my videos in to that search choice. So like I say, I'm not suggesting, oh thanks Ginger, thanks for that. So I'm not saying it does work, I'm just saying it appears to work in my experience. So you want to use that. So that's our little bit of tag sorcery. Okay, so we've done that. What else would you do? Well, you'd make it public and you would add it to a playlist. If you haven't got a playlist, then you can just simply create a new playlist. Click create. And hopefully it will be in here. You see demo playlist in here, anybody? Why is it not done that? Create new playlist, filter had. Demo. Create. Yeah, oh, I did. It's just a bit slow. Okay, so it then goes into our playlist, and then once we're happy with all of that, it's just one last thing that we need to do, and that is change the way that it looks. Okay. Now I would just go with the way that it looks at the moment, or you would go to editing it further by adding your custom thumbnail. Now remember, we've created our thumbnail, we've given it a similar title, so we're going to click that and we're going to add it in. Now how did I make this thumbnail? We go back to our old friend, or our new friend I should say, which is Canva. Canva.com is a completely free, very professional graphics provider. You need to do the work, clearly, but effectively you'll be able to create all your thumbnails. Now I create a thumbnail. It's really easy to do. You can just type in thumbnail, maybe YouTube channel art. Cancel that. Facebook presentation. Right, so I'm just conscious of time. Click on more. Social media. Right. It's the same size as that anyway. There is a YouTube thumbnail, and I'm not going to go wasting too much time. YouTube thumbnail, look at that. There you go. So YouTube thumbnail. So just click on that. So it gives you the right sizing, and it also gives you a template to work with. So you really don't need to do any great deal of work. All you need to do is decide what you want the thumbnail to look like. So it might be that you've got this one. Okay, so that's the way you want it to be. You might want to change the image. Again, just play with these tools. Just add your image. This background tool here. You could search images. So perhaps a computer. It'll give you images for a computer. So it might be that you want to go with that one. No, you don't, because that one isn't. That's a pro version. So you want to look for free images. There you go. So I should go with that one. Freeze. So that's the image I want. Okay, there's our image. You might want to change this, obviously, to the title of your video. And again, this as well, a little bit of a subtitle of your video. And you might want to put some of your branding on here. Once you've done that, you then just click download, and it will then just simply download it onto your desktop, and away you go. You don't have to register, sign in, or anything like that. It's just such an easy tool to use. You need to spend time over a cup of coffee, making sure it looks good. But as you can see, once you've got your designs all set up, it's then just a matter of grabbing all your designs. So once you've got your design set up, you then just come back to your design, click on it, and all you will then need to do is just change the wording that you want your design to have. It's really simple, okay? And obviously really effective to do. Got your branding on there, free traffic training. What's the free traffic training? Well, that's it there. And then once you've got it all set up, you can then copy your description, put it in here, and if you've got Twitter and Google+, then also you can then, as you publish it, it will then automatically send it to those two particular social medias. All right. Now, obviously, I'm not going to publish this one because I don't necessarily want it on there, but that is how you should correctly name your videos and name your images before uploading them. Okay, and then once you've done it, again, we'll go through the description more fully next time. That's a little bit of tagging sorcery, which really works, very powerful. Trust me, it works. And then, like I say, once you've got everything in place, just publish it. Okay, right, we're coming up to 3 minutes to 7, so I'm now going to stop sharing. I'm going to come back to the Hangout just to see if there are any major questions before we dash. And unfortunately, my screen's gone blank. So talk amongst yourselves. There we go. We're there. We're back. Darren, what is the Chrome plugin you use for YouTube, please? It's not YouTube. It's just a search engine one. Extensions. Right, I'll have a look for it, and I will let you know, Pete. Okay, but it's really useful. But I use it for I have like a local marketing agency that I do for businesses, so it's really useful specifically for that. But on a global scale, obviously some of those numbers are crazy. So how to make money from home on a global scale, you've got 36 million. However, if you did how to make money from home in Timbuktu, then if you're marketing to Timbuktu, then obviously the search results will be a lot less. So I'll use it for that. And that in itself is a really useful way of marketing. If you market locally with a view to being able to expand nationally or globally, it's again a very powerful way of marketing, something that we'll cover when we go through SEO in a little bit more detail. But I'll put that, I'll send it somewhere. I'll find you somewhere, and I'll pop it in there. If not, then I'll definitely talk about it when we do next week's video. Okay, so next week we're going to do social ranking, and I'll leave that because it's quite a chunky thing. But we're going to talk about IFTTT, and we're going to talk about our friend Fiverr again. We're going to get these guys to start to do some work for us, and we'll have a fully automated production line set up for about $15, and it's going to be so powerful you won't believe it. And that will do all of your backlinking, all of your social rankings. All you then need to organize is your social signals. If you don't know what a social signal is, again, that's what we'll go through. We'll go through that next week. Okay, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it. I realise that a lot of you are not interested in football, but I am, and I'm in this game, if you like, to have a bit of fun. So we've done our work. It's now for me to go and watch the game. So if you're watching, great. If you're not, then obviously I'll see you in the next Hangout, which will be, wasn't on Friday, so I think it'll be next week. Take care. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.